Be mindful,
Be very demure.
be very demure. No.
Why did I say that?
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, everyone!
And welcome back to the IKEA episode.
Yes!
And for the new listeners, my name is Djamila.
My name is Sarah.
And we are the IKEA girls.
Yes, so we're currently recording in IKEA Malmö for this new episode.
And this episode, although for our old listeners, they know that our topics are based on suggestions, but this month it is based on something very special. I'm not going to say the topic. Can you guess in the next 5 minutes what is the topic?
You can clearly guess because it's not that special. Think about that time of the year.
What is going on?
What do all podcasts are talking about
right now? Well, it's December. Obviously, we are recording a month before. Mm-hmm. So we are still in December and
we're in the Christmas mood, but we're already thinking ahead.
Yeah.
We're professionals.
And we are also just thinking, what is 2025 gonna bring us, and how are we gonna face 2000 next year?
Mm-hmm. And also what 2024 has brought us.
Yeah.
And like what we've accomplished.
And with that, yes, the topic is about New Year's resolution.
Yes. This is episode 7, by the way. Oh, can you imagine?
I mean,
episode 7.
We are doing it.
Yeah, it's going strong.
We are. It has been a journey, but an exciting journey. From the moment we talked about it to waiting 2 years.
to making the resolution to actually do it.
And taking a little break and then coming back. Mm-hmm. I feel like we came back as very strong.
Yeah,
and it is something we enjoy. We enjoy sitting here talking. And when we talking about 2024, one of the highlight, it is IKEA episode.
True.
Definitely.
And that's also thanks to the support of all our friends and family and like all the people that have been around listening for the very beginning as well.
Excited.
And pushing us to continue. Yeah. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
You are the best.
Yeah.
And we really, really appreciate it. And it's, all the messages and everything. So thank you. Mm-hmm. So before we start, let's take it basic. Mm-hmm. Let's go basic and let's just see what is New Year's resolution.
Yeah, and why are we talking about them now?
Yeah.
So because it all started from us wanting to reflect on our life, like look back on what happened and what we've been through, and that brought us to the future as well. So when you look at the past, you always look at the future.
Yeah.
And I think that's where New Year's resolution come from.
Yeah.
Because you learn like a whole year, you learn from your mistakes, like what went wrong, where can I improve?
Yeah.
And like that's how you start making resolutions.
I think with New Year, you start thinking like now, soon Christmas will be over, and literally on the 26th I will start thinking, wow, what did I do this year? You know, for me it is like it's a way of soothing yourself, and when you realize like maybe I didn't do this and this and this, and then you start thinking, let me make a list on how to handle and how to face the new year. Also, it's something new. We talked about it on our episode about procrastination, about the fear of the unknown. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what New Year brings.
True. So making a list gives you a bit of control.
Right? Mm-hmm. And you can do it like, I mean, there are different ways you can do it.
Yeah, because like the traditional way to like, you know, doing a New Year's bucket list, and also like reflecting on the past year, people doing all those stories on Instagram where you tick all the boxes of what happened in your year and share it as if it was like the universal list of like, if you've done all those things and you had a good year. That made me think,
what did I do?
Yeah, but it's also like we don't have all the same standards. For example, on the main list that usually go around is like, oh, did I get a tattoo? Did I get a piercing? Did I read 10 books or stuff like that? That doesn't apply to everyone. So it's not that if you don't tick all the boxes, that doesn't mean you have missed out on all the things. You have done other things.
Yeah. I'm thinking about, for example, we don't realize how much social media does affect some of our decision and can impact our New Year resolution. We know by the time you're listening to this, you are in the middle of your New Year resolution.
Yep.
Like
how's
you're
it going?
like either you have already made a list of things or you are about to finish. But please remember that people put online their highlights. And sometimes they even make it more than it is. So please remember to how do you say that, to select, to I'm thinking, when you do pasta and you taking the water off. How do you say that in English?
Sieve?
To
Sieve your
no,
pasta?
to really choose the information you're keeping and what
like
filter. That's the word. No, yeah, really be careful, and while making this decision for your new year, filter what you see and realize that you are amazing. First of all, we are all unique. If we are not unique, then well, what are we, right? And
so always trying not to compare ourselves, which is why I wanted to talk about some alternatives to just like doing those pre-made bucket lists and stuff, because that's the worst way to, you go straight into comparison. For example, what I personally tend to do every year, at the end of the year, I do like a big summary of what happened in my year, but I don't take any pre-made list. I just look back on my year and be like, what do I remember most? And I just write down. I don't have a minimum number. I don't have, it's like both small things and big things. So it can be my travels, it can be meeting someone new, it can be moving place, learning a new skill, whatever. I will write everything in that list. And in a year, things do definitely happen. So you will have stuff on your list, and then you can look at something concrete and be like, wow, I'm proud of myself, and oh my god, so many things happen, because things happen every year, but they're just like different from year to year, and especially from person to person. So
I want to ask you, I want you to tell me, have you started on your New Year's resolution?
Well, yeah, I've been thinking about it, because as I said, I'm in the mood to like start looking back on my year and learning from that year and be like, okay, what do I want to emphasize on the next year? So this year, the big thing obviously has been the IKEA Episodes.
Yay!
Which started in March and is being a big part of the year. It's been always in my brain. And that made me think a lot. And I've had a few conversations also about being creative and like stopping myself from holding myself back on creating stuff. Because again, going back to our first episode, for example, you know by now that I'm the worst critic of myself, and that usually
she actually is.
Yeah, I know, but that usually keeps me from creating stuff. Although I like to think that I'm an artist. That sounds so silly, but I would love to say that I'm an artist, but I don't actually create stuff. So the IKEA Episodes was one of the first steps to do that, and just like, doing manual stuff, maybe drawing, painting, getting back to playing music, because I've kind of lost that the past years. For those who don't know, I used to play the guitar and sing. I've kind of lost that with like studying in uni and working and stuff. So it was an idea I had in the back of my mind, just go back to being more creative, no matter what the result is, but more for the process.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've succeeded. I'd say with this podcast? Yes, definitely, because we've finally put something into this world, and I want to continue on that.
We did.
We did.
I mean,
I'm so proud.
it is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know that it was yesterday. One of our friends actually sent me. I didn't show you yet, but she sent me a picture of her highlight of podcast that she listens to, and
Oh,
we were number 3,
no way!
and she was just like, "Girls, you here?"
So cute.
And yeah, that is crazy.
So we're officially in someone's Spotify Wrapped.
It's
Wow.
I was so touched.
So basically, that would be one of my main, I'd say, not a resolution, but a direction from next year would be to continue creating stuff without judging myself, doing
Yeah.
it for the fun, and just not limiting myself. So just whatever, if I have an idea, try to put it down on paper, try to, just continue being creative like a kid. That would be my, I'd
Your
say,
New Year resolution.
direction rather than resolution.
Yeah. I love the fact that you use direction. I think that is so good. So, like you were saying before, people can either do the New Year resolution, or others will also, like you did, do a list of what did I accomplish.
I think both go together,
Yeah,
but it's good to do
like,
both.
and I know, like, actually, my best friend, once we were talking about this, and she told me, she was like, it's stressful thinking about what did I do, and society, like how people are expecting us, what the expectation. And then once you know what is expected of you at certain age, and what you did so far,
Yeah,
you get like this anxiety, you get this, it's
that's why
stressful.
I was gonna say it's not only New Year's, it's also birthdays. I think, and I understand why some people don't like birthdays,
Yeah.
because it's like, oh, whatever, it's just a number, but it's a number where people put expectations
Yeah.
on you. It's the same with New
I
Year's.
stopped liking
Yeah.
birthdays when I turned 18, which was 3 years ago.
Stop it.
I stopped liking them because it wasn't fun anymore. I wanted so badly to be 18,
Oh, it's
like
a shame though, because it's so nice to grow up and actually like
to
be
be just
experienced and live
independent, you
stuff.
know?
Yeah.
And then after 18, I was like, can you stop? Stop.
No,
Stop.
I love
And it
growing
didn't
up.
stop. It didn't stop. Every year, someone has to say, oh my God, you're getting older. I don't like it. No. So, my New Year's resolution is that I'm gonna just go with the flow.
Go with the flow. I like
That's
that.
gonna be the thing. And also, one thing I want to do, you're about to be shocked.
Uh oh.
I I am gonna stop buying things.
Whoa.
This year
Seriously?
coming, I'm gonna buy what is necessary. I have decided that I will not be shopping anymore because it's pretty, because
Okay.
it's on offer. I'm gonna be very, I told you there is no second hand without first hand. I still
Yeah.
believe it, but I am gonna just stop it.
So where does that come from? Like why?
It comes from me just saying, I want to challenge. I love challenging myself. I feel like 2024 has been it has been challenging. I was so challenged, but I
Yep.
feel like now looking back, I have learned so much. And one of the things that it's not like I hate about myself, because I enjoy shopping. So I'm saying this, I know Sarah knows why I want to change this, but I wanted to let our listeners know why I want to do this. Is because I enjoy shopping. Shopping is therapy. Shopping is, it's fun. So I do shop a lot. Anyone in my life knows this. And it's not always just shopping for myself. I enjoy seeing people around me happy. So I enjoy shopping for them.
But do you do it just for fun though, or sometimes it's?
I mean, when you
Also a
have
bit
kids,
like-
you will need to buy certain things, right?
That's not what I was thinking about.
What?
I'm thinking about it as like maybe a coping mechanism.
It is as well, and I want to see. I would like to see how we will go, and this is why I'm saying I'm gonna be very mindful, and I'm gonna be very gentle with myself about it. I'm aware that I may have like like I may be buying things here and there, but I am starting 2025 with the idea that I will control this, and I I am in control of myself, and I should find other ways of making people, my loved ones, know that I love them.
That's
Being
it.
like creative with my gifts, like doing some things, and also just I'm thinking like the amount of time I sit in front of my computer and order stuff. Maybe if use it on something else, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's stuff like that, and also it is fun to grow up and to learn, and
I'm so proud of you.
it's really something like I think because this also came like you said 2024 taught me so much, but it also taught me that if I want something I can do it.
Oh yes.
On another episode we will talk about health and the journey and what I went through this year, which made me change certain ways and certain things about myself, how I eat, going on walks that I enjoy. I do enjoy it.
Yeah, you've been teasing that for a few episodes,
Yeah.
guys. Like, keep waiting. We're gonna.
We will talk
because,
about
like,
it.
This is such a big change.
But I just realized that I can do it. If I put my mind into it, I will be able to do it, and I want to do it. So yeah, so this is the next. That's what I am planning to do.
Hey, I have a question.
2025.
Are you then like? How are you gonna do it? Are you the kind of person that is gonna set yourself like a number, like a goal, out of numbers, as in a budget or a maximum you're gonna
No.
spend, or you're just gonna
No, I'm gonna, like I said, go with the flow. But the things I will buy will be the kids needs this. It's their birthday, and also also teaching them, because I mean, you've been to their rooms. Yeah,
Yeah.
my the way I shop reflect their bedrooms, right? So I want to change that. Also teach them certain things. Like we were in a store and here in Denmark, and my daughter told me, "Mom, we were buying things," and she was like, "I want this," and I was buying it, and she said, "Oh, I want this iPad also."
Okay.
And I looked at her and I was like, "Huh?" She said, "Just can you just buy this iPad as well?" And I realized, don't get me wrong, my kids, they do know what is money. We do teach
Yeah.
them and we do tell them you don't get this and that, but they are spoiled. That's not their fault because most of the things they don't ask for it. I generally just go for it and buy it. But I realized that maybe buying things and stuff, well, kids ask for that. Their friends are like, we try to not buy them things because friends have it. Telling her it's okay, you don't have to look like others. But the fact that she asked for it, I realized maybe I'm not teaching them the right thing, right? In the sense where
So you mean the value of the
value, yeah, maybe I should, like, the shopping and everything, show them there are other things. And I told her, I said, well, if you want this iPad, we can make a deal, which is that she will be going through her bedroom and things that she doesn't want, because a lot of the things there, the toys and stuff, she's not using it. So it was like, you can go and sell them or do something, create your own like money.
So that's the deal you made with yourself as well, right? From what I understand. Because I remember you told me like, now if I buy something, something else needs to,
To go. I mean, no, but for her, I still told her we will pay half of the iPad, but the other half she needs to come up with the money.
Okay.
Go do stuff for your grandparents. Do things like find a way, and ask me. We are here for you. But then for myself, it is that I need to not use shopping as a coping mechanism. That's definitely my resolution. So I'm not gonna be putting like things saying this and that. What is needed that I have to do as a mom or the kids stuff happen, I would do it. But all the extra, which I realized, and I did a little game and I looked and I realized that it is more
That's
than
actually
60% of my spending.
Whoa.
It's a problem.
That's very brave of you to look, because I know some people who really like have a problem with
Yeah.
shopping. They prefer not to face it.
No,
Like,
I
if
don't
there's no
face it
number, then it's not real.
normally.
But
But
then
I looked
you did. I'm
and
like,
I
wow, I'm
realized
impressed.
it's like 60%.
That is.
And I was just like, whoa,
You mean so 60% of like unnecessary?
unnecessary.
Whoa.
Like my machines. I love having different things at home, like
Gadgets.
gadgets. I'm obsessed with those things. So I do buy those. And most of the time I don't need them. Like now I have a slow cooker that I don't need because I bought another one that is
Oh,
more,
God.
the ones that are like smart one that you control with your phone. And now the old
So
fashioned
you needed
one.
that, of course.
And I just bought the other one 6 months ago, and now I bought the new one, and I was just like, what do I do with this one? Last year, I did with some friends, we did a mood board.
Yes, that's also a nice alternative
Yeah.
to give you a direction.
Yeah. And we did a mood board. We did it as a fun pajama party event. And I can tell you that a good part of my mood board did come through. And I didn't take it seriously.
So can you explain like kind of how it looked? What is on your mood board? How did you make it?
So I had my friend, she printed most of the things.
Yeah.
And I cannot really explain because then I will tell you what is on my mood board.
No, that's
I'm
fine.
keeping
but like,
the secret.
Like, no, but you went on the internet and just, what did you type in? Did you have already something in mind, or did you let yourself
We
be
did
inspired?
discuss things that we wanted
Yeah,
to
okay.
do and stuff. And like she printed the different things. For example, I can talk, we love bubble tea. So she had bubble tea pictures but
And
then
that happened. You
Yeah.
got bubble tea.
First of all, but I think mood boards are like, we were talking about it just before while eating our IKEA foods. But we were talking about that mood boards are like kind of manifestation.
Yeah, it's totally that.
It's
Yeah.
like a manifestation, and it's okay to do it. Because when I did it, I wasn't like thinking like I have to have everything.
No, it's more like taking maybe your dreams, even stuff where you think, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but just like, oh, let me put it there, and it stays in the back of my head, and then it's
just
there. It makes it a bit more real.
And I have it, and I'm not planning to change my mood board because I feel like this mood board it represents me,
So it's for the
the
long
me
term.
that found herself after kids and everything. It represents me, so I'll probably be adding.
Okay, so you're not making a new one.
No, so I'm gonna be adding to it.
Nice.
So for me, I have things that I didn't do, of course, but that's okay. I'm still young, fresh, and with time, I will do everything.
Let's
On my,
go.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm taking it that way. And I mean, for the people listening to us and are like a little stressed about their New Year resolution and or whatever not life is throwing at you, just remember that it's one day at a time and you don't have to do everything on your checklist, basically.
And also we keep talking about alternatives because we do see the limits. We see the power of New Year's resolutions, but we also see the limits of it. Depending on your personality, it can actually put a lot of pressure on yourself.
Yes.
We always mention Lena in our podcast.
It's because Sarah is a big fan of Lena Sitoso.
Hey, it's not only me.
I enjoy Lena.
No, but I think she has like interesting things we can use for our discussions because again, like we kind of have similar like ways of
approach
thinking, and
of
yeah,
life,
exactly.
right?
And she had, I think last year, she had made an episode of her podcast Canapé Si Place, where she was talking about her New Year's resolutions, but actually she was doing it a different way. She called them affirma resolution, which would be kind of like manifestation
Affirmation,
resolutions. Yeah.
resolution, yeah.
And because she said just seeing people making New Year's resolutions all around her all at the same time, and people being more and more and more ambitious, things like that, can be, you can put pressure on yourself and be like, oh, this is not enough, and you start the year in stress. And she was like, no, let me do something else and just manifest things that I want in my life, and yeah, just do something more simple.
Yeah.
And she had a different approach, and that made me think of how can I adapt this system, because I don't think personally I'm that much of a New Year's resolution girl. I used to like making them when I was younger. I don't know why. Probably because, yeah, it's the thing adults do. So
Yeah.
we need to do like adults. I don't know, but I didn't really maintain them the whole year. It was just a fun thing to do in New Year's. But when you grow up, you're like, you feel more the need to be productive, and then those lists can become a bit obsessive. So we're like, when we brainstormed about this episode, we thought we have alternatives that are a bit softer and a bit more, yeah, as you said, simple.
And like that New Year's, like Sarah said, it is a good thing, but it can be very bad, and it can like impact your year, because the bad thing is that sometimes when you make this resolution, you don't think about life happening. You
Exactly.
don't think about, because you can say, well, for the first, let's take example saying, well, until March I will be doing this and this, but then something will happen, and that thing could actually impact a good time of that time frame until March. So you end up having just a week to do those things you wanted to
Yeah.
do. Like us, like the IKEA episode, we wanted to record, of course, every month, but then life happened. I had a moment where I couldn't sit and talk or anything like that, and we didn't know when we will be back recording again. But it was helpful that I am doing this podcast with you, and you were just like, take the time you need, whatever, anything else. No, we will take the break we need, and that's what we did.
Yeah.
But if I listen to my anxieties and everything, I'll be like, no, we were supposed to have, the calendar which shows the different episode every month and everything. But there is such a big hole on that calendar that it is coming next year, guys. Well, see, I just did it. It may come with a hole or not, but we will just take it as it is.
Exactly. I think there's two types of people. There's people who prioritize performance and results, and I feel they will be the type to set like goals with numbers, and they're gonna do anything to achieve them.
Yeah.
Which can be a good thing. It can really lead you to make great things, but it's like, at what cost? Yeah, and also there's a risk that if you don't meet that goal, that precise goal, you will face failure. And sometimes when you set yourself a goal at the beginning of the year, you start by with a feeling of like fear of failure. It's not a great way to start.
Yeah.
It's those two types of people. The other type is more like myself, I'd say, who would be like, yeah, I'm giving myself a margin to go with the flow, like you said. I don't want to set myself rigid goals, and because at the end of the year, if it didn't go as planned, will be fine. I know I will achieve things, but I don't know, maybe some people would call that a lack of ambition, but I would say it's healthier for my mental health.
Yeah. I was looking because I was listening to a podcast. I don't remember the name. but they were talking about how fast people drop their New Year's resolution. And it says something.
Yeah,
It is
pretty fast.
literally generally the first weeks, or people that are very strong, the last week of January, people actually drop.
Wow.
It says that it's funny enough, it's on Friday, and 23% of adults quit their New Year goals by the end of the first week of January.
Oh my god. Yeah, yeah, it does say a lot.
You know, and it shows that sometimes, like, let's not even get into the topic of weight loss.
Yeah, I was
Of
gonna say most of them is probably the gym.
I believe, although I'm on my journey, but I think it's not about losing weight, it's about being happy. I think if you take it on that, thinking like that, I'm gonna be happy about who I see in the mirror. But with that, I have learned that actually when you stress yourself and you put so much pressure on yourself, you don't actually lose the weight. Or maybe you will lose it, but it will come back
Yeah, exactly.
because you're
It's
not
stress.
losing it the
Yeah.
right way. Stress actually is one of the biggest danger when it comes to weight. And this is why they actually, even doctors give you things regarding stress management, because if you cannot control your stress level, you cannot lose your weight properly.
Yeah, and I think that's what people don't really understand when
Yeah.
they set themselves that kind of goal. It's like you also, yes, some people might need a push to actually start doing it, but it doesn't have to be New Year's. It
No.
doesn't have to be before the summer
Yep.
because that's a pretext.
Yeah.
But you might not be in the right mood at that time.
Mm-hmm.
You might not actually be ready. You need to be in touch with yourself when you set yourself goals. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be a specific moment. It doesn't have to be the first of the month.
Yeah.
If it makes it easier for you, yes, fine, go for it. You have it on your calendar, you can cross every day, blah, 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 fine. But if it's just to do it like everyone else, that does not work. You need to be in the right season of your life.
You
In
have
the
to
right
be,
season.
though.
Yeah.
Like, if I was not in this season I am in right now, I don't think I would have been able to do things I'm doing now. So everything happens for a reason. Everything has its own timing. So what we're trying to say, if I may speak on your behalf as well, is that it is important that while taking your doing your checklist, be mindful of yourself and just know that people are different. Just know that your journey and someone else's journey doesn't need to be the same. It's not because a person just crossed the road at this moment that you have to cross the road at that moment. Maybe
Another
let
Djamila metaphor.
nobody, it is true. Just maybe wait, let them cross. Which, let me use this metaphor. I
Here we
find it
go.
very funny when every time I'm crossing, there's always someone crossing on red, like just going because they're in a hurry, and they will cross and they will go. And sometimes there's no car, it's at night, but I'm just like, no, I want to wait until it's green. First of all, it's the example for the
You're
kids,
so Danish.
but the thing is also, it shows that we are all different. Like, it's not because someone crossed the road that you have to wait until you feel ready, because that's only when you will cross the road with confidence, because they are crossing it already with confidence. But if you hurry because you saw them crossing the road, you will just look in a hurry, stressed out, and just a mess. But if you wait for your turn, you ready, you know what I mean? You have this confidence while
Yeah.
crossing the road, and you're just happy doing it.
But then, I guess then it's like an internal red light because
Yeah,
it's not gonna turn green for everyone at the same time.
exactly.
Yeah,
You
got it.
just
I
said it.
got you.
You just said it. And that's the same thing about New Year resolution. Maybe you will have your checklist and you did it with your friend and you both have the same, and they are going through it. They got their jobs, they got this. It's okay. Your time will come.
Yeah, I have really mixed feelings about that because I have this like very square mind where
She does.
I'm kind of happy to start things on the first. Just I'm really just contradicting everything I said before, but
she does.
I do
Don't
have
worry.
that side, which is actually how I started being vegan. I did the veganuary.
Yeah.
So it's like this month in January, you start from the first. They make it easy for people who want to start a new thing, New Year's resolution. They're like, bam, good opportunity for people to go vegan. So I did it, and I've been vegan since. So it did work for me in that sense. Although it was like,
But that's because you were ready. You were in the
because I was
season to
ready.
receive
Exactly. But otherwise, I think that there's a bit of like a commercial thing around New Year's resolution. It's like our calendar. It's scheduled, like we go in waves that are dictated by the industry.
Yeah.
like New Year's resolution, we know that that's in January that gyms make the most profit because everyone
I
signs
promise
up.
you, no, but I promise you the shock that you see in the supermarket. Like, of course, like from Halloween to Christmas already, it's shocking. But I promise you, as soon as New Year's is done, you see the gym equipment, the different things, and
It's so scary.
you just like, oh my God. And they get me because I still buy them. I'm like, you're right.
You're the perfect customer.
Because I just love shopping, but that's a problem. But it is crazy how we don't realize.
Yeah, and then they do the same before summer.
Yeah.
It's like, but it makes no sense that the calendar and the offers in a shopping center dictates like your goals and what you're going to do with your life.
And what
It
you
just
see
makes no sense.
online.
Did you have any resolution that you've made in the past and that you've actually kept in your life?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Sorry, I'm just asking you with no warning. You haven't had time to prepare.
You know, we try to keep a lot of our points private, so we get like the raw reaction. We record the raw reaction. This one is very raw because I'm like, huh? I think I've never really. Oh, this is a tough one. Like, I don't remember that I actually been through a resolution.
Okay, but
I think I'm a part of the statistic.
Oh no.
It hurts.
Oh.
My young heart. Oh no. Changing jobs. But then that wasn't really something I did. It was something the universe put, not universe.
Well, it was on your list and it happened. So technically,
Yeah.
you did it.
But this year, my mood board, focusing on myself,
Yeah, your mood board actually
a lot of
did
it.
accomplish it.
Yeah. I want to say 50% of it.
So if it's not resolutions, it still counts, in my opinion.
You know what? I'm returning the question to you. Have you ever?
Well, the vegan thing was kind of one because it was something I've always wanted to do, and then I did that step like in January, and I did hold it. But otherwise, actually, it's true. I don't really remember my resolutions because, as I said, I never set myself like numbers or concrete stuff. So it was always like, as I said, like more of a vibe for a year, things like that. I do always write like lists. I could ask like my mom if she can find them in my old room.
And you will see if you.
And we can share
No,
them.
but
like,
yeah.
But it was always like maybe more. I remember one, and I've kind of worked on that. Is like if I want something or if I need help or if something's wrong, I need to say it. Or like if I was meeting someone and I really had something in my mind I wanted to say, don't be shy and say it. I remember that's been like the past couple of years. It was like a trait maybe of my personality I wanted to work on, and I think I got pretty good at that now.
Yeah.
Usually, most of the time, I don't really hold back, which has created some very funny situations, like me being way less shy, just talking to strangers, like whatever. That's actually still my lock screen.
Yeah.
On my phone is like a logo that says "Talk to strangers."
Oh, she does.
But like I used to be super shy. But
me about to meet Sarah. I think most of the time I see her, today wasn't. That's actually shocking. Most of
Not
the time I
today.
see her talking to someone. For me, it's a normal thing. When we have to meet somewhere, I always turn around. When I arrive, I'm just like, not because I'm always late. Let's not get it there.
Always waiting for you.
But I always just look around and I'm like, who is talking to someone? And I know that will be Sarah. She's always like either helping someone or just talking to
No, but that I
strangers.
feel that counts on the list though, because it's something that's in me, but I never like dared to let it out. It's
Yeah.
a side of my personality,
You,
and I wanted to be that person who
yeah.
just like talks to anyone and just helps everyone. So yeah, that
But
could be.
that also takes me to actually, it was yesterday I saw on Instagram, it was this woman. She was, I don't know her name, and I think I liked the thing, but she was talking about trying something new. She was telling people to try this. Every time you have eye contact with someone, think I love you.
Whoa,
Not not
whoa,
like that. Yeah, that's how
that's
I thought.
extreme.
That's what kept me, because I was like, "Oh, you nasty heifer." But no, she didn't mean that. She was like, "Look at them and just think I love you, and see what it will bring to you," because she was like, "We look at people and we don't realize that we have judging eyes or something. But when you look at someone, you're thinking, I love you. You may just make that person that you may just change something." And she was like, maybe try. And I was thinking, I was like, I'm gonna try that. I'm
I
gonna
like
look
the
at you right
idea.
now, Sarah. I'm gonna look
Yeah,
at you.
but
Look in.
you know already I love you too.
Don't make, Sarah, stop it. Stop flirting with me. I am married. No, okay. No, but look at me. Just see if you see the difference. Because now I'm not gonna. Now it's no more. Now it's I love you.
Stop! You're making me blush.
Okay, it works. But
No,
like
but
you see what
I like the general idea, but in like practicality, if you do that to someone in the train and it's like a random guy, like
But no, you
you
think
know they're
about
gonna
it.
be.
Yeah,
I tend to always smile at people, and that can bring good, and that can also bring bad, because
true.
any random guy will think, "Oh my god, that's an invitation to. Oh, she wants to flirt with me." No, it's not the point. So I'm a bit like, yeah, I love
but I
you.
think it
Okay,
depends
that's
on
nice,
the
but
situation, right? Like if you're sitting and you see an old lady looking
yeah,
at you and you just say, you
yeah.
know,
No, but that's what I
I would
meant.
like,
Like,
if do it when you're comfortable. But yeah, I thought it was a good, it was an
no,
interesting
but the
one.
message behind it, I really
Yeah,
like. I try to do that all the
yeah,
time. Yeah, everyone's going through something.
yeah.
So when you look at them, you can add a little bit of
I,
compassion and be like,
it is true.
and actually, that's linked to another kind of, could be a good resolution. It's give compliments, because that really, I know some people that do it,
Yeah.
and when they compliment me, I'm like, wow, that makes
It
my
needs to
day.
be it needs
And
to
like,
be honest though.
yeah, but you can find
Yeah.
a little thing you like about almost anyone.
I also saw this guy. He was talking about a podcaster. He was talking about New Year's resolution, and he said his was simple. He wanted, no, he decided that he would just be helpful. He
Yes,
will walk around every time he knows that someone needs help, someone needs, to be mindful, to be caring to people, and that was his resolution.
I love it.
I cannot wait to. I have to find their names, but I want to try that actually.
Let's
Let's
do
try
it.
that.
Let's do
You know
it.
what? Let's try a IKEA episode New Year
Yeah,
resolution.
let's make a deal.
Let's make a
Yeah,
deal.
deal.
Well,
Everyone listening,
even
you're welcome to
listening,
take part.
we will give you what it brought to us in like
But
6 months.
yeah, and just to say, it's not only, that's good to have a resolution that's not only about us.
Us. It's about
It's
like
also like
doing something
we're focusing on someone
someone
else
else.
and making
But
someone
then
else
that
happy.
brings us
Exactly.
happiness.
I had also read something like that actually.
Yeah.
Someone that was saying like it was advice for people that had depression, for example. It was like it could be a nice first step to help someone else. So it helps you focus about
Like
something
switch
else.
the focus, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love it. We should do that.
This will be something we would do, compliment and helping others.
Anytime you have a genuine opportunity, not forcing the help, not forcing the compliment. Anytime you have an opportunity, do not miss it.
We will be doing it.
Yes.
We hope you'll be doing it. Let us know when you did it, what happened, because you don't know, you may create good friendship, or just have this fulfillment, right? And we will be doing it as well. And in 6 months, we'll talk about it.
Yes.
We will talk about our New Year resolution. Probably I will let you know how the shopping situation is going.
And I'll show you my creations, I guess.
Yep. No, but seriously, I will hold you though accountable.
Likewise.
Oh, don't do much. Don't do that.
All right. No. Well, I think that was a good conclusion to that episode.
Was.
We were a bit all over the place again, but that's the fun of it.
This is it. And remember, Happy New Year again. We are wishing you a wonderful year, a year of fulfillment, a year of joy.
And a year of self-love.
Like we talked about, you are your best friend.
Yes.
Always love yourself first, and it will just help you love others.
And otherwise, we'll be here to love you.
Let us know if you need us to give you a little list of why you are who you are, unique. That's what you are, special.
I love it.
No, but really, and keep things simple, and Happy New Year. And we cannot wait to read all your resolutions.
And we hope you'll be following us also for this new year of the IKEA episodes.
We are saying merci pour aujourd'hui.
Thank you, and à bientôt.
Au revoir. Bisous.
Bye.